All right, hello everyone. Hello everyone, meteorologist Carly Smith is here. We are going live with this update. So we've got a rip current hazard to talk about, minor coastal flooding possible. Now part of that is more so because of a new moon that is happening tonight, so you won't notice the moon at all tonight. But keep an eye on those tides over the weekend because we do have a chance for some tropical development in the Gulf of Mexico that we've been talking about for a while. We'll continue to talk about it and any impacts that we may see here locally. Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for joining these live updates. It's always fun and helpful. I am going to take a break. I'm going to take a break from work tomorrow and Friday, so don't look for me. Meteorologist Kristen Walla will be in, so check out her social media pages. Just search meteorologist Kristen Walla. I'll be sharing her posts as well through the weekend. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about and also not a lot at all. So it's one of those kinds of forecasts, if that makes sense to you. I think you've lived in South Texas long enough to get that. But first, we are going to talk about the tropics. New development, Tropical Depression 13, that formed in the central, or really the eastern Atlantic. So this is just off the coast there of the Cabo Verde Islands, off the coast of Africa. So you'll see those here, this little storm right here. It looks little because it's next to Hurricane Kirk out in the Atlantic. That is new as well. But as we go back to 13, it's going to take a similar path to Kirk, likely still able to strengthen to a Category 1 hurricane by Saturday, but that's only going to impact you if you have plans to travel across the Atlantic. Elsewise, we also have Hurricane Kirk, just some housekeeping to get through. Category 1 hurricane, 85-mile-per-hour winds. It is expected to strengthen to a major Category 4 hurricane with wind speeds of 130 miles per hour. That's going to impact air travel, boat travel, anything across the Atlantic. Could even see some swells rippling toward the East Coast. That's something to keep in mind if you have any vacation plans across the East Coast or Bermuda or even some of those Caribbean islands down there. Could be getting some surfable swells. But for now, for us, we are watching that 40% chance of development there in the Gulf of Mexico. And that's something we're going to continue to keep an eye on. So Depression 13, Tropical Depression 13 will likely get the name Leslie. Milton, if our storm is able to develop, that's what it would be named. So first of all, we have a low that's really centered over the Bay of Campeche. You can see that. Let's go back. The convection taking place in the little swirl. Yeah, there's a low over that area of southern Mexico. That is going to kind of impact the coastal bend in the form of a weak trough. It's going to push the moisture back toward Texas as a low forms over West Texas, or southwest Texas. So we're going to keep northeast winds because of this feature. In part, our winds stay out of the east-northeast throughout much of the day. We get a brief kind of east-southeast wind into the evening, and then it shifts back. But this is what we're looking at. Swells increasing a little bit. So this is very predominantly a beach-oriented forecast because that's where most of the impacts through the weekend are going to be. So you do see wave heights getting back around 2, possibly 3 feet by Thursday and Friday. We get that broad low. This is looking like a really broad low. That means it's not going to be very tight, likely going to stay weak, may not even get a name, right? So that's going to pick up the surf more so for Alabama, Florida, a little bit more so than Corpus Christi because it is going to be weaker. But we do see some swell increasing as we head into Monday, more so from a cold front that's going to move through. Ahead of that front, the wind really ripping toward Florida. That's what's going to push this system toward Florida and keep it away from us. But we're going to keep northeast winds behind this front that pick up a little bit Monday into Tuesday. So you'll see that here. This kind of pushes that low that was over southwest Texas into the Gulf as well. So we stay a little active in terms of our swell height, but no signs of any like major tropical development or things like that. But coastal flooding may be possible because of the disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. But also we have the full moon, I said full moon, man, this is depressing because I already posted this on social media. So mistakes are made. We are human. I'm going to have to change this now before I forget about it. This is a new moon. I've posted this all over the place. This is a new moon that is creating it, not the full moon. The full moon is later this month. We are in the new moon phase. I don't know why Siri thought I was talking to Siri, but there we have it. Anyway, Coastal flooding is possible, yes. I will fix that on social media as soon as I finish that, but it's due to a new moon, not a full moon, today, and the possible disturbance and all may lead to higher than normal tides. So right now the tide forecast is above 2 feet, which does tend to lead to at least water up to the dunes across Whitecap and the Bob Hall Pier, even toward Port Aransas. So 2 feet is high tide. That's coming in the evening, so that's something to keep in mind as well heading into the weekend. I feel like that's at 8 over the weekend and not 3. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, because on my beach forecast, what did I put? Yeah, 8:17. All kinds of errors being found, y'all. Anyway, it is a Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Regardless, high tide, keep an eye on the tides. If you're someone that goes to the beach often, you know how to check the tides. Keep an eye on them. It'll be worth it. Anyway, for the beach, Saturday does have a decent shot at rain. In fact, the coastal location is where we are anticipating the most rain to come from this system. Here's another look at that wave height forecast as well. We are talking 2 to 4 foot waves Monday into Tuesday. The rip current risk going up, those periods getting 6, 7, 8 seconds long by Tuesday. Now let's talk rain. Rain would be Saturday, so 50% chance of rain there, and that comes with the tropical moisture. So I show this graphic a lot, but you see the deeper moisture, that increases our rain. Where we don't have any deep moisture, you're not going to get any rain. So it doesn't look like areas very far west are going to see much at all. You have to almost be right on the coast to see much in the way of rainfall. Then you see, I keep getting ahead of myself. You see the deep moisture get pushed toward Florida as that front is approaching, and all of these lows pushing that direction as well as their energy is being stretched toward Florida. Heavy rainfall more so for South Florida than some of the areas hit hardest by Helene, but Helene caused flooding all along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Here's the rainfall forecast. You can see here most of the heavy rainfall staying in the Gulf of Mexico. We do get some rain, it looks like, there into Mississippi and Alabama coastlines. And then you see the system tracking toward Florida, getting the heaviest rainfall across Tampa. So Tampa's going to get some of the heavy rain as well as toward Miami. So anywhere between Jacksonville and Miami, anticipating 4 or more inches. For us here in the coastal bend, not a lot. In fact, if we zoom in, this is just one model forecast, but you see it's mostly just scattered. You have to be almost right on the coast or into Kennedy County or the valley to be getting any decent hope at rainfall. So you'll see that today we actually have a chance for a few spotty showers as a front weekends over the area. You see the trough increasing. So this is Friday at 2 p.m. Most of that rain right along the coast, so very few area football games will be impacted, but just a heads up, we could have some rain for football. Then as we head into Saturday, that's really our best shot of rain. Then the cold front moves through Monday into Tuesday, and we're going to dry out again. We're going to be under the influence of drier air moving into the area. Scattered along the coast again, the best shot is Saturday, isolated for everyone else, if anything at all. All of the rain, most of the rain today offshore. So you'll see that drifting across the Gulf of Mexico toward kind of South Padre Island. You have a better shot of rain, Padre Island National Seashore into Kennedy County. Possibly some areas into Claiborne County have a chance for a scattered storm here today, but overall on this Wednesday, we are looking at temperatures warming 94 degrees for feels like, or 95 for feels like temperature at 2 p.m. As the sun is beginning to set, we'll fall back into the 80s. Again, the wind shifting out of the east, but it's very northerly right now. Breaking down Futurecast, there is a chance for a pop-up shower. I'm not very confident in that. Most of the activity will be offshore today. In your 7-day forecast, again, the best shot of rain Saturday, that lowers our temperature a tad. 50% chance there, but it's mostly on the coast. So if you don't live on the coast, don't count on rain. That's the best advice that I have. So that's all I have for this live update. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. I hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday. Stay safe. Keep an eye on the forecast if you have plans to head to the beach this weekend. Otherwise, it looks like a pretty nice forecast. So that's all I have. Again, thank you for watching. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith for First Edition 3 Weather Impact Forecast and 3 News.